Hello, 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 hello. Welcome once again to the live stream. I am Hilary, and introductions are in order if this is your first time watching, which will be coming up in about 20 seconds. So stay tuned. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Tarot by Hilary Live. I am your hostess with the mostest, Hilary of tarotbyhilary.com, professional tarot reader and EFT tapping practitioner, here to demystify the mystical and put you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. You have intuition. So on tonight's episode, I am going to be unboxing the Mushrooms Daily Doses of Wisdom deck, which I'm not sure if it's an oracle deck or an affirmation deck. I've heard a couple of things about it, but I don't know. So I'm going to open it here live on the broadcast for you guys. And of course, I have my trusty embroidery scissors here. True unboxing. So we'll see how this goes. This was actually sent to me by Red Wheel Weiser, the publisher, by accident. So I'm going to open it up and do an unboxing and see how I feel about it. Because as you guys know, if you've been watching for a while, I do not hold back my opinion on different tarot decks or oracle decks. I will say my piece, whether or not it's flattering to the publisher. So, but first of all, let me introduce you to the three main pillars of these episodes, which is the astrology by Teresa Reed, her wonderful Astro Biz Digest, and a truncated version of it for you, because she has a subscription. And if you are liking what you're hearing in the astro-weather at the top of the episode, you can always get yourself a subscription to her wonderful Astro Biz Digest. So that's coming up first. We also do have the mid-episode reading, in which one lucky viewer can win a free I always mess this up. A free 3-card tarot reading live on the broadcast. So please make sure that you stay tuned for that opportunity. And then at the end of the episode, we do have the weekend forecast, in which I pull a tarot card or an oracle card. So we bring you into the energy of the weekend prepared and not scared. So if that sounds good to you, please go ahead and give me a hell yeah in the chat if you're watching live, or if you're watching the replay over on the Tube of You. I still haven't not figured out the simulcasting. And it is Mercury retrograde. We did start Mercury retrograde as of Friday, July 18th of 2025. So for the next 3 weeks, I'm not even going to worry about the simulcasting issue. And maybe it is what it is. And you'll get the replays after on YouTube. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to spend my precious energy worrying about it. And you know what? Neither should you. So Fran is here. Hello, Fran. Welcome. All right. So let us start with the astro-weather from Teresa Reed's wonderful Astro Biz Digest. Astrology in layman's terms, straight to your email inbox. It is geared towards entrepreneurs and business owners, but I have found it to be incredibly helpful in planning my own personal life, as well as my professional tarot career and tapping practices, because I am a tapping practitioner as well. $99 for a year-long subscription. really, really great, but you'll be able to hear it for yourself. I usually will give the main astrological transits of the week, and then we focus on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because I don't want to give away the farm. If you're liking what you're hearing, you can always purchase yourself a copy of the Astro Biz Digest, and you can do so right here. And I've also put that into the chat as well if you're watching live. On screen right here, thetarolady.com/astrobiz digest, if you want to get a copy of that for yourself. All right, so starting off, I mentioned this. I mentioned it. I'm going to probably keep on mentioning it because it's a big thing. Why do we make such a big deal of Mercury retrograde? Because it happens so often during the year. It happens 3 to 4 times a year for 3 to 4 weeks each time. So this is the reason why a lot of people talk most about Mercury retrograde, because it happens often enough that we should be aware of it. And even the people that are not astrologically or metaphysically inclined do feel its effects. And, I was an office witch for 16 years. I'm a retail witch, and I've been a retail witch for like 25 years. And I've been a tarot reader for professional tarot reader for 20 years in October. So people people who know me or people who know of me will always come to me and be like, Hilary, what the heck is going on? Why are things so crazy or wacky? And my answer is usually going to be a full moon or Mercury is in Gatorade. So with that, on that note, Mercury is in Gatorade. One of my favorite websites on the internet is simply ismercuryinretrograde.com, and it will either say yes or no. So I'm going to pull that up. I'm going to pull that up for you right now so I can show you exactly what that looks like. All right, hold please. I'm waiting for it to load. See, it used to be a plain text webpage, and now it's got this beautiful image on the background and when Mercury turns direct, which I think is incredibly helpful. But I'm not even joking with you. The URL is ismercuryinretrograde.com, and the answer is yes. So I'm going to drop that into the chat for you guys too. But it's literally ismercuryinretrograde.com. And the answer is yes. Hold, please. See? The answer is yes. Yes, that may account for the weirdness. And Mercury turns direct on Monday, August 11th of 2025. I told you, I love this. I love it. So we might keep that on screen. We might keep that on screen for the remainder of the Astro Biz Digest, the remainder of the Astro Weather. I think it'll be very helpful. All right, let me pull that up for you guys. And I'm going to pull it up on my phone so that I keep my tabs right front and center so I can see everything that's going on. I also want to just double check that we are, working well on the Book of Face. Do my tech check now. Even though I'm fairly certain I am logged in. Yep. But you know me, I like to do a tech check before I get too far into the episode. Especially if Mercury is in Gatorade, right? Yeah, we are looking good. Okay. Thankfully, we are good. Tech check done. All right. So, Weekly forecast for July 14th to the 20th of 2025. It is that time of the year again. Mercury is about to station retrograde, or it is. It has stationed retrograde. Deep sighs. This cosmic event occurs 3 times a year, throwing a million monkey wrenches into the best laid plans of mice and men. The trickster planet will begin its backward dance on the 18th at 12:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we are in it. We've been in it since this morning. Early this morning. Once that kicks in, we've got 3 weeks of tech problems, travel delays, and communication drama. The best way to navigate Mercury retrograde is to back up your computer, slow down, and plan for delays. Watch your words. This is not the time to be careless with conversations or marketing. Also, it's wise to put off signing contracts and buying new computers until this sucker ends on August 11th. So, Friday, July 18th until August 11th, we are in Mercury retrograde. And you might want to also extend that a little bit too, because I have found that the Mercury retrograde shadow period before the retrograde and when it goes direct, there's a little bit of wonkiness within like the week before and the week after. And some people are more affected by the shadow periods right before it goes retrograde and right after it goes direct than people that are just normally get affected by the retrograde. So you do you. If you've been through Mercury retrograde fuckery before, TM, you know what I'm talking about. So until then, play it cool, friends. And yes, Fran, so I shouldn't tell people to F off? No. No, I'm sorry, you shouldn't. And that's me, your card carrying triple Aries tarot reader. Yeah, you gotta bring it in, deep breaths, breath work, tapping. Do not tell people to fuck off. Do it in the space of your own mind because it will come back to bite you. I promise. All right. So that is the main transit that's going on, and it is a doozy, folks. So Mercury retrograde. So now the nitty gritty for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, other than the Mercury retrograde, which we just talked about. Good news, the moon is officially in Taurus at 3:59 a.m., a delightful lunation for creativity, cash attraction, and investing in your biz. It's here until Sunday, so you can enjoy this chill vibe, keeping in mind that Mercury is retrograde. Watch out for power struggles with stubborn types when the moon squares Pluto at 8:38 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't need this. The public is also in a grumpy mood. Best to hold off on marketing for a bit. Mercury sextile Venus at 9:37 a.m. is terrific for newsletters and PR. Hold on, let me shift a little bit here so that I don't completely lose the feeling in my legs. That might be the reason why I've been getting pins and needles, because I've always been on the edge of my seat when broadcasting or doing the live stream. That might be the reason why I keep on having my legs fall asleep. All right. Public is also in a grumpy mood. Best to hold off on marketing for a bit. Mercury sextile Venus at 9:37 a.m. is terrific for newsletters and PR. The energy lingers for 2 days. Plenty of time to hit inboxes or social media. But again, if you are a business owner and you need to send out newsletters, PR, be careful in doing so because Mercury is retrograde. I'm going to keep on saying that, guys. At 6:57 p.m., which we're not there yet, but that should be in about 10 minutes, the moon sextiles Jupiter, a lovely aspect for business travel or dinner with your friends, up to you. So today, Friday, July 18th, is a power day for Taurus and a weekday for Scorpio. I know you're sad that you can't tell people to F off. I get it. All right. Saturday and Sunday. Saturday finds the moon square Mercury at 6:08 a.m. This gnarly aspect begins the day and on an argumentative note. A Sun Chiron square at 8:48 a.m. brings the walking wounded out of the closet. Suddenly, everyone is pissy and acting entitled. My plan: take the day off if you can. If you can. If you insist on working, the moon Mars trine at 11:36 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is divine timing for a marketing blitz. Other than that, this isn't the best day for business. Sunday fares much better, starting with the moon's entry into Gemini. This is your best lunation for lively conversations, short trips, writing, and newsletters. Yay, especially if your natal moon is in Gemini, you're probably going to be having a pretty good day. My natal moon is in Gemini, so I'm like, ooh, Sunday sounds fantastic. Intuition is sharp at 7:16 a.m. when the moon conjuncts Uranus. Trust your business instincts then. Host serious meetings when the moon sextiles Saturn at 9:31 a.m. Negotiations over breakfast could be the best way to start your Sunday. Speak about your dreams and creative ideas when the moon sextiles Neptune at 9:53 a.m. This is a dynamic time to pitch your best brainstorms. Seal the deal when the moon trines Pluto at 10:52 a.m. Then spend the rest of the day chilling out by the pool if you can. It has been warm here. I would like to be doing that. I don't think I'm going to be able to on Sunday, but I would like to be doing that. Saturday is a power day for Taurus and a weekday for Scorpio, and Sunday is a power day for Gemini and a weekday for Sagittarius. All right. At this time, does anyone have any questions about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday? I will take a little peeksy at the AstroBiz Digest for your possible astrological reason why before we move on to unboxing the mushrooms deck. And I'm telling you, it's tiny. So here's my face, and here is the deck. Here are my hands, and here's the deck. So it's a little tight little deck. I'll give you guys a minute or so. Also, a reminder that we have been working with the Wild Messengers Alchemical Tarot for this month's Card of the Day polls. I can't believe we're already halfway through the month of July. So it's flying by so fast. And I haven't really been consistently working with the Wild Messengers because I didn't really choose it as the deck of the month until a little bit later. And then, of course, as soon as I chose it, I think I told you guys that I ended up getting the Visionary Woman Tarot in the mail and the Mushrooms deck. So never know. All right. If there are no takers for the astrological peeksy for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, we will move into doing the unboxing of the Mushrooms deck. I've heard things. I've heard that it's a wordy kind of deck, like an affirmation deck. I wasn't really particularly interested in receiving this. Not that there's anything wrong with mushrooms, but I'm like not really a mushrooms person. So like this didn't really appeal to me, but like, hey, they sent it to me. I'll open it. I'll try anything once. So this beautiful set of 36 gilt-edged full-color cards reveals practical, everyday advice from our most ancient Earth ancestors, guaranteed to open your mind to your best life. So again, this is the publisher is Red Wheel Weiser. We have this here. It's a pretty box, guys. It's pretty. There's the front there. Okay. So let us use my Morticia Adams embroidery scissors with care, of course. Don't want to stabby stab ourselves. Okay. Get in on the edge there. Can you hear the nice ASMR? Holding on up to the microphone. All right. There we go. It is open. And, oh, cool. Okay. So the deck is, I guess you push on the sides. Yes. So it opens on the sides. Almost like a matchstick box, I guess. So, see? Kind of cute. Okay, so we've got the base of the box, little mushrooms there. Have a little top. So I guess it's a title card. Yes. Indeed, gilt edges. Okay. Okay, I think I got them all out. Base of the box. And we have 2 title cards. Mushrooms, Daily Doses of Wisdom. Okay. And it says, the woodlands whisper and mushrooms hold its secrets. Tiny, mysterious, and wise fungi or fungi are among the oldest things on planet Earth, dating back more than 800 million years. From these ancient life forms, much of life as we know it evolved. Neither plant nor animal, mushrooms continue to hold our fascination, scientifically, socially, and spiritually. Who is to say they are not themselves made of stardust and magic? Fairies are drawn to them for their protection and sage guidance, for the ancient wisdom they hold in the delicate folds and gills of their caps. Now you too can learn the secrets of mushrooms, practical and down-to-earth tips from our most ancient ancestors, guaranteed to open your mind to your best life. Okay, so this is published this year by Red Wheel, which is an imprint of Red Wheel / Weiser LLC. Mushroom clip art from Lilith College Art via Creative Market. And it doesn't really have, I'm like looking to see if there's an actual author credited to this. Let me look. Yeah, it doesn't really say. Yeah, so the publication date was February of this year. And it really doesn't have an author or an illustrator because it is mushrooms on the back and then words. So there are 36 cards, which I would assume is 36 messages. Yeah, 36 messages, 36 affirmations. So I wanted this to be a pretty quick episode, and I think it might be because I don't think we're going to go through all 36 cards because they're an oracle affirmation-y deck rather than a tarot deck. So normally with an unboxing, I will go through the major arcana of a tarot deck and then do the mid-episode reading, and we explore the rest of the deck over the month. But this one, I think we might have to just save for a different time when we're feeling affirmations-y, but I'm happy to pull a couple. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. Oh, there are different mushrooms. So it's not just one type of mushroom. Okay. So it's got different mushrooms on the backs and then different affirmations. And it doesn't look like there's any discernible match between the illustration of the mushroom and the affirmation. It's just, random, I would say. So if you're someone that knows mushrooms and uses it like kind of an oracle, like, oh, that's an elephant ear mushroom, and that means this to me, then I guess you can kind of use this as a multiple deck. Like you could do like 36 times 2, because you could use the images one way and then you could use the affirmations another way. So you could get double the amount of messages if you choose to use this deck like that. But there's no guidebook that comes along with it because there's words. It's wordy. So let's shuffle and see what affirmation I most need to hear, or maybe an affirmation that will help me know what it's going to be like working with this deck if I choose to work with this deck. Because the affirmation decks that I have are mostly the ones from Gabby Bernstein, the Super Attractor and the Super Attractor and the Spirit Junkie are the 2 affirmation decks that I use the most. And the other Oracle decks that I use, you guys know. So all right. What do I need to know about working with this deck? Interesting. This message might not be me. Or this message may not be for me. It might be for you. It might be for both of us. I don't know. But I'm getting the affirmation, I can let go. I can let the past go and move forward. So we've got those mushrooms on the back. And I can let the past go and move forward on the front. Interesting. They're nice. They're definitely smaller than the tarot deck. They definitely have gilt edges. And the images are pretty, but like, I don't know. I think I was expecting something different. It's not that I'm mad or anything. It's just not what I was expecting from a mushrooms deck. Let me pull one more. Nothing is ever never. Hello, Katie. Welcome. You're not too late, but it is a small deck that we're unboxing tonight, and it is an affirmations deck, so it's much more wordy than I expected. Like, we have these beautiful images of mushrooms, but the words are the words. So, okay. I guess we're done unboxing this. I do like the box, though. The box is pretty cute, that it has like that kind of matchbook style slide out kind of box. Well, that's not surprising, Katie, because Mercury is Gatorading right now. Facebook wasn't letting me find your live. Great. Even though I pre-scheduled by a half an hour or so. Mercury be Gatorating. That's all there is to it. All right, sliding this back in. Bloop. There you go, guys. Unboxing of the Mushrooms deck. Daily Doses of Wisdom. It's an affirmation deck. I don't know how I feel about it, but maybe I'll feel differently if I work with it a little bit longer, but I don't know. So I find myself arriving at the mid-episode reading a little bit earlier than expected, or the mid to end reading. So let us set up for that. Lottery jar and comment snake. And if you would like to be entered into the mid-episode reading, all you have to do is write the word tarot, Tarot, into the chat. That will automatically enter you into the lottery jar. And we will go ahead and pick a winner in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Now, if there is no winner, if there is no takers, they will directly move into the weekend forecast and wrap up early. So there you go. There you have it. So Fridays are usually the time when we record our Card Singers Coast to Coast episodes, but Liz wasn't feeling great today. And then we'll usually do our Feral Friday Instagram readings right after. And Feral Friday today wasn't as feral because it wasn't a combination of the two of us, like just revving each other up. So it was more of a general session. So I was answering a bunch of questions about like, what's my favorite tarot deck? I'm just like, just the one I'm currently working with. But my go-to, my workhorse is the Radiant Rider-Waite-Smith. Talking a little bit about the books that I'm currently reading. I'm currently reading the Walk Through the Forest of Souls by Rachel Pollack, and Tarot for Manifestation by Stephanie Capone, aka Moon Void Tarot. He will actually, because we've been watching. So by the way, Katie has entered and has no rivals yet. Fran says Mr. Hilary won't know what to do. So we've been watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is the anime that was originally produced by Nickelodeon. There were so many people that were just like, "Oh, have you watched it? It's such a good show." We did start to watch it. He's already seen it, so he's like getting me to watch it now. We had started and we had watched the entire first season, and then for some reason we stopped. And so I was just like, I'm sorry, I have to go back to the beginning. And they're not particularly long episodes. So we finally like pushed my way through, and now we're on the final season, which is the Book of Fire. So I think the first season was Book of Water. The second season was Book of Earth. And the third season is Book of Fire. And so we ate dinner early. I might need to have a second dinner. We ate dinner early and watched a couple of episodes. And then I was just like, okay, it's time for my show. And I'm going to keep it tight tonight because I want to get back into watching Avatar. Not that I don't love you guys, and not that I don't want to do the live stream. Of course I do. But it's like, I want to go back to watching Avatar. So it looks like it's going to be Katie tonight, the winner of the mid-episode reading. So Katie, please go ahead and prepare your question. And if you would also request the tarot deck to be read from, I can totally do that too. I've got, of course, my Radiant Rider-Waite-Smith right here. I do have our deck of the month for card of the day pulls, the Wild Messengers Alchemical Tarot, which is very, very powerful. That's going to be a 3-2-1 punch if you choose that, because you've got animal energy to go along with it. And And I can also pull an oracle card for you as well. Yeah, exactly. We have a swift night tonight. I don't know why it is. It's beautiful out. It's bright sunshine. There was a wonderful breeze coming through our living room window. I'm still sweating pretty profusely though. It is summertime in North America. It is summertime in New York, so it's still warm and humid, but it's a lot less humid than it was the last couple of days. But it's like bright and beautiful out. 7:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as of right now, as of the recording. And I don't know why, but I feel like it's so much later. I don't know why. Like I'm ready to watch more episodes of Avatar, maybe have second dinner, 11 C's, whatever, and then go to bed. That's just me. All right, so tonight we're doing the mid-episode reading. Wild Messengers. Okay, you want the 3, 2, 1 punch? Okay, we can do that. Wild Messengers and an oracle card would be wonderful. Okay, and what is your question? And we can also pull from the affirmations. Just opened, fresh, new deck smell. Even though I'm like, I'm a little disappointed, guys. Would you like to know what happened with this? I asked for the protection spells deck, and I got this instead. Which I shouldn't complain because, getting reviewer copies of any decks and books is amazing and wonderful, and I'm so happy that I'm so grateful and so happy that like I'm at this point in my tarot career that people are sending me things, publishers are sending me things to review. But I'm not a mushrooms gal. I wanted the protection spells deck. Now, if it turns up in the mail in a separate package, then I'll be happy. But I don't feel I can. I don't feel I can go back and request it. It's just like, hey guys, I wanted this deck. I don't know. I would feel too weird about that. Oh, I didn't even pull the winner. It's Katie. Go ahead. No other takers. 100% probability that she is the winner of the mid-episode reading tonight. I'm like, oops. Yeah, let me hit the button. Yeah, that's Katie. All right. The question is, new neighbor driving me nuts. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do about them. Advice, please. Open to whatever it tells me. I honestly wanting to have nothing to do with them or organize a lawsuit. Oof. So I know that Facebook didn't show that I was broadcasting, but we did do the astrology. And the main crux of the astrology is Mercury is in retrograde right now and will be until August 11th. So anything that you do right now, it's not that you can't and it's not that you shouldn't, but you just need to tread very carefully because of the astrology. So, and you can definitely check out the replay once we're done. You know, Mercury retrograde affects the things that Mercury rules: travel, technology, and communication. So organizing a lawsuit, you might be able to do all those things, but I would not file and I would not communicate over the next 3 weeks. So like, as Fran was asking me, what? I can't tell people to go F themselves? No. No. And I know you want to. You know I'm a triple Aries. You know I want to say, yes, burn it all down. But you kind of can't with Mercury retrograde. So, like, hold your fire. Keep it burning bright, but hold your fire. Now then, that being said, I can pull cards on this, especially if you're open to any advice. So, We also want to keep in mind what the card of the day was today. So card of the day was the Seven of Cups, which was octopus, which was there might be many, many choices, but there's only one true right choice for you, and it is a heart-led choice. That's the quick and dirty interpretation. There's more on my social media accounts if you want to go and check it out, both written and audio. Yeah, feeling that all right. I don't want to talk to them anyway. Right. Like, it's just hard. Like, I mean, I have my issues with our upstairs neighbors. And I mean, I'm sure you guys can kind of, sometimes I think you can hear the banging and the running around upstairs. And it's especially hard when you're like a live streamer, or you're trying to record content and it's just like bang, 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 yell, 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 loud music. It's just, and any attempts we've done is kind of like lackluster at best, or sometimes retaliative in nature. So that's just my own stuff. It's not coming from the cards. Yeah, my heart feels shut down to them. Okay, it's fair. And that might be a sign to put your energy elsewhere too. Where it's just like where thought goes, energy flows. So it might mean to, I don't want to say distract yourself, but it could very well be distracting yourself with other opportunities, with other, diversions that have nothing to do with them. But also you want to make your home your home. It's supposed to be your oasis. So, and I also have a thought of witching it as well. I said this to someone earlier when I was trying to do Feral Friday, and I pulled the Queen of Wands, and I said it might be time to witch it. I do have advice for you, and I might just send that to you privately, because I gave the same advice to someone, a client that asked me a similar question, and I was just like, if you're open to this, but like I have a few magical suggestions as well, and you can choose to use them or not. So anyway, shuffling. Lots of preamble there. Sorry. Your neighbors drove me nuts. Don't know what to do. Advice, please. Open to whatever tells me. Using the Wild Messengers Alchemical Tarot, pulling 3 cards. Interesting. Yeah, so I'll definitely send that to you, Katie, privately. So the 3 cards that we're getting, it's very... Is it air? Yes. Yes? Yes. It looks like 2 air and 1 fire. And then we'll pull an oracle card. Just let me know which oracle card or which oracle deck you're being drawn to. We've got Work Your Light. We've got Starseed. We also have, I know, speaking of Feral Friday, we also do have, we have the Super Attractor, so affirmations. We have the new one, the mushrooms, which is also affirmations. And we do have our roast iconic. So just keep that in mind. And I am going to look up the first couple of cards. So, and try not to lean too forward because I don't want pins and needles in my legs. Ooh, a lot of stuff going on, Hilary. So your first card you're getting is the 7. It looks like the 7 of Swords, 7 of Air. It's definitely air. It's not water. Yes. Yes. Okay. So you're getting swords and swords. Not entirely surprising because it's cards of conflict and communication. That's the suit. But your first card you're getting is Elephant, the 7 of Air. Elephant, guide me to my next teacher, mentor, and elder guide. Help me find a person who will encourage my growth and ask the questions I don't know to ask. May this guidance serve my journey as a positive learning experience. So it's interesting, the Seven of Air. So Seven of Swords is usually kind of a negative card of like being too clever for your own good. Like it's like that thief in the night kind of card. But there's no cards quite like that in the Wild Messengers Alchemical Tarot because it's aligned to a different animal. So Elephant brings a message that it's time to sit with your teachers. At each phase of your journey, there's a teacher or teachers who are a perfect match to inspire, share skills, and offer a wider, wiser perspective that serves your growth. You'll never outgrow being a student, especially if you're a teacher yourself. There are times to step into your own wisdom, and then there are times when it's beneficial to continue learning from someone who has traveled the road you are or would like to be on. If Elephant has sauntered into your cards today, then now is such a time. It's not, eldership is not limited to age, but living through a number of decades can bring a certain level of humility, experience, and humor that isn't necessarily honed into those who are less wrinkled by time. Yet ancient ones were once the most respected among us. Their wisdom was counted upon for guidance and reflection. The teacher you seek need not be older than you in years. Instead, seek someone who demonstrates spiritual maturity and prioritizes ethics above all else. And I think that's the part of it that's really driving you nuts. You know, it's like it's about compassion, it's about consideration, it's about ethics, it's about being a good neighbor. Like good fences make good neighbors. I think you've been saying that a lot. Where it's just like you don't want anything to do with them. And I mean, unfortunately, there is a little bit of that, you know, there's a part of magic and there is a part of paganism and witchcraft where you have that sense of like the divinity in you is the divinity in me. Like we all have a spark of divinity within us. And that even means the people that we don't particularly like and don't particularly want to interact with or get along with, like that portion of paganism is very difficult for me because it's just like I don't want to see eye to eye with them. I don't want to acknowledge that, you know, there are parts of them in me and parts of me in them, you know, because that's just ew, no, like there's nothing about them that is the same as me, right? So there's a lot of that energy going on right now, but good fences do make good neighbors. And like knowing that like it's the ethical implications that's really like kind of driving you nuts right now. So elephant elders, the very first part of this I'm going to circle back to. Imagine that a circle of elephant elders quietly surrounds you. Their size and silent wisdom renders you speechless. You are clearly in the presence of beings who know more than you can imagine. So, like, emphasis on silence. So, at least for right now. So, Elephant speaks. The older and wiser we become, the more we realize that we don't know much about anything. Our know it all egoic nature from our younger years can give way to a softer, more humorous take on life's mysteries. Seek a teacher who does not claim to have all the answers, but who can unlock your mind with powerful questions. Remember that just because someone is older or more experienced than you doesn't necessarily mean they've been growing and developing in healthy ways. Use discernment and trust your instincts when choosing a mentor or a guide. So that's just one card. That's just your very first card. Yeah. So the neighbor lies and is disrespectful. Just takes. Right. And like the problem, the issue is that you're not that kind of person. Like it's almost like you are the polar opposite of what that person is. So it's just like at a distance, you know, like keeping yourself at a distance and a wide berth. And also elephant being associated with this card, like it's just like that strong silence. Like it feels like the strong silent type right now, even if the image is kind of joyful, but it is that kind of sense of silent and like quiet humor, you know, and like using your sense of humor not to deflect, but just to make things a little bit easier for you as of right now. Because it's just like the timing on this, it's just like with that Mercury retrograde, I'm sorry, it's just like now's not the time to act, because it could be very easily bended, misconstrued, manipulated. It's just like now, not the time. So your middle card is Teacher of Fire, which looks like a lion. Hold, please. Like I said, when I did the unboxing or the revisitation of this deck, having the guidebook is essential for this deck, because you get way more factoids about the animal and why it's associated with this particular card, the tarot. So it's like you've still got the tarot energy, but you've got the animal energy as well. And there's not really, it doesn't clash with each other. It's not canceling each other out. That's the phrase that I want. Okay. So the Teacher of Fire is the lioness. And I believe Teacher of Fire is... Shut the front door. That's the Queen of Wands. Remember what I was talking about, the Queen of Wands? I pulled the Queen of Wands from the Radiant Rider-Waite Smith on the live this earlier today on Instagram. And I was like, somebody needs to witch it. I don't know who this message is for, but it might have been for you preemptively. So the Teacher of Fire is the Queen of Wands in this deck, which is a lioness. So power shimmers off the hot skin of the lioness. She is muscular and powerful. She is unafraid and difficult to intimidate. So silence with the elephant, difficult to intimidate. This person wants to intimidate you. They can't. They're not going to. You know, one of the reasons for her relative fearlessness is she knows she is not alone. Lions work together in their pride, hunting, caring for their young, keeping watch. They embody the confidence that comes with knowing that they are more powerful together. Lioness reminds you that although the path you walk is uniquely yours, you are not alone as you walk it. Call upon your community so you can radiate empowerment with more ease. Don't worry about any perceived competition you may be tempted to feel in your niche, whether around career, calling, or relationships. Those who know and love you will celebrate you and be delighted by the opportunity to assist your endeavors in the ways they can. What's more, when you shine your unique light, the idea of competition is laughable. No one can offer the things you do in the ways that only you can. Your betterness is not your power. Your you-ness is your power. Like, for some reason, what I'm seeing here, like, again, also that thriving in community, like, invite people over to your house. Like, I don't give a flying fig what the neighbor is doing, you know, like, your house is your house. Like, if you have a yard, you know, or if you have your, like, a little, like, sunroom or something, like, invite friends over and have a book club, or have a tea party, or wine, or finger sandwiches, and good laughs and good company. Because I feel like that will help things along. And having that, like, again, that humor that I saw in the elephants, that's also true in support in community here with the Queen of Wands. Sorry, Teacher of Fire. But again, witch it. We're going to witch this. Okay. Spirit of the Lioness, please grant me gentleness as I step into my power. I ask to be infused with compassion, empathy, and humility as I stand up taller and shine my light. I invoke community support that celebrates my success and I theirs. I call you in to radiate strength and confidence. Thank you for walking with me. And just visualize. You can visualize this image of the lioness walking along with you. Anytime you step into your yard and, like, the neighbors around, or you're feeling that presence, or you're hearing them call over the fence, or whatever the fuck they're doing, like, I feel the fuckery from all the way over here. Like, imagine this lioness either within you, you know, imbued over you, or stalking next to you. That visualization can be very powerful, and I like borrow the confidence. and throw a party. All right, finally, 10 of Swords. So you got the 10 of Air. We pulled this, I feel like we pulled this last week, a couple of days ago. I don't feel it was very long ago that we pulled this. But I believe it's the tortoise that is represented by the 10 of Air, the 10 of Swords, which can be a very scary card for people. But the reinterpretation with the tortoise, with having that tortoise as being this, yeah, I like this imagery. I do too. It's cosmic animal art by Tanya Castile on each and every one of these cards. And I believe Lola Pickett and Tigray did the writing of the guidebook. A lot of research into animals and their different different habits, different evolutionary stuff. Like, especially like with raccoon the other day, I was just like, I had no idea the reason why they wash their paws is because their paws are super sensitive and discerning garbage from food. Like these are the kind of little factoids that go so well along with the tarot and the animal stuff, like weird animal facts. But like, it's so helpful in reinterpreting the tarot, and providing new meaning within these cards. So tortoise is the 10 of Air. Slow and steady wins the race. Like, this is also like, once I saw this card as the last card, I was just like, oh, it's slow and steady. It's tortoise. It's slow and steady wins the race. It's just like, now is not the time to act. Now is the time to, hunker down and like slowly build your case. Do not put anything into motion yet, though. Slow and steady wins the race, but what if you're not trying to race anyone? What if you don't need to win? I am the voice of ancient wisdom, a voice from your inner elder. I'm a voice that's often met with resistance, but nevertheless, I persevere with patience. I know all things change with time. You won't always feel so rushed to achieve, and you won't always feel defined by what you produce. You are more than your ambition. It's not how much you do, but how you do it that matters most. Invocation, tortoise, I channel your wisdom to keep my mind steady and my body grounded. Help me slow down my pace and trust in the divine unfoldment of what's to come. Steadfastness, dependability. Rather than allowing your thoughts to dart around, scattering in every direction, it's time to turn your attention again and again towards your personal finish line. The air tortoise breathes is close to the ground. Its steps are practical, plodding, the essence of putting one foot in front of the other. It does not huff and puff. It simply goes ever forward towards its destination. True efficiency isn't rushing. Hurried decisions and movements often make messes that could be avoided altogether with simplified, precise action. So it's like, in order to truly resolve this situation, you do need to slow down. You do need to take your time. And also, I don't know, there's something about this card in this reading that it's just like trusting in the divine timing, trusting in the divine unfoldment of what's to come. It's just like it feels like karma is, we'll sort this out. Like, I don't think you really have to do much, if anything. And I think that karma will sort it all out. I know the timing sucks. And I would just say, continue to laugh, continue to live your life, continue to invite people over. It's just like it just feels like a smallness that's raging against your bigness, your big life, Yeah. That's the feeling I'm getting. Hunkering down feels appropriate. Oh, I like that phrasing. Plodding is perfect. Right. Like, remember who, like, slow and steady wins the race. Remember that tortoise and the hare analogy, It's just like, hare rushes. Hare makes mistakes. Hare assumes. And tortoise ends up winning because it just keeps on going towards the finish line. Yeah. Right. And you can also say that too. Karma, please deal with this. Like, I give this over to you. It's not for me to carry. I give this over to you. All right. So that's your reading from the Wild Messengers Alchemical Tarot. I mean, obviously, like, clearly, I really, really like this deck. Like, I'm sorry, guys. Like, I did not want to use an out of print deck because I want you guys to be able to use these decks that I'm talking about. But like, sometimes you just gotta go with what you're feeling. And like this deck, like, it's so good. So that's your reading from the Wild Messengers. Is there any particular Oracle deck you're feeling drawn to so that I can finalize this reading? And then, of course, we'll move on to the weekend forecast for everybody. Like, look at this. Look at how beautiful it is. I can't. It is a good deck. Starseed Oracle. All right, from the Starseed Oracle. Yeah, I feel like this is just, even with it having this like gentle energy of animals, it still kind of packs a wallop, or maybe it's just me in my hands. Anything packs a wallop. But yeah, let's not whack you over the head with the roast iconic. Maybe we want to whack other people over the head with the general reading. So Starseed Oracle. Okay. All right. To finish off Katie's mid-episode reading, we have from the Starseed Oracle. Yeah, feel strong. Animals are resilient. They are. And some animals have been here a lot longer than humans have. All right, it's this one. Call in support. Okay, okay. Call in support. Star family. You're part of a team of souls. Call in support. I don't know. I think that's a sign for witching it again. But from the guidebook, at some stage we were each a part of a soul cluster, a gathering of souls who broke away from one another to experience themselves individually. Those who are part of your soul cluster are part of your star family. Your star family are those souls who are cut from a similar cosmic cloth. You haven't just experienced lifetimes together. Your souls were once actually one. It's very common for star family members to incarnate at similar times, to work with anchoring a similar frequency of light, and to cross paths with each other. You know that someone is a part of your star family when you feel like you know and remember them from the moment you meet. They feel instantly familiar and comfortable. The time both passes quickly and stretches when you are with them. You feel more yourself with them than with anyone else. By the way, can you hear that upstairs? Banging. I am not joking around with you. Like, maybe this reading is also for me. You feel more comfortable. You feel most yourself with them than with anyone else. It can sometimes feel like looking in the mirror because in a way you are. Often you'll go out of your way to help those in your star family, instinctively knowing it's a part of your path. When a star family member dies, you feel it very deeply, regardless of how long you knew them. A certain soul mourning or soul breaking occurs. Think about the people in your life. Who do you feel is a part of your star family? This card comes up in a spread. It's likely that you've met someone who is part of your star family or you're about to. So the inquiry is, who do you think is from the same star family as you, and how can you call upon them for support? So yes, Fran says, super friends, activate. Yes, exactly. Yeah, you can hear it, right? What are they doing up there? Like, this is not even that bad, guys. And it usually starts up about 11 p.m. So we've I don't want to get into it. Just like, where is my tarot for manifestation, guys? Tarot for manifestation. Where is my mansion with my own recording studio and booth and interviewing place? Soundproofed. Where is it? I'm working on it. So I say, I say, consider who your star family is with this card coming up, and consider inviting them over to your house for a tea party, for a magical tea party. Break out your deck, break out your cards, break out witch hats, cackle wildly under the full or new moon. Be as weird as you want to be, because it is your home, not just your house, your home. You're making it your home. And laughter is scientifically proven, okay, witchily proven, to be the best at dispelling negative energy. So gather your star family and have a good old cackle until you can actually put plans in motion. But don't do it during the Mercury retrograde. All right. So that is your mid-episode reading. For those of you watching either live or on the replay, thank you, everyone. Thank Katie, everyone, for being vulnerable enough to be read in a public space. It is not for the faint of heart, especially if you're getting a reading from me. And we do this every Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you did not win this week, please, please, please tune in again next week, because we do it every week. So Fridays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you can, wherever you're watching this, please go ahead and follow, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, do all the things. And if you would like to book a reading with me one-on-one, you can do so at tarotbyhilary.com. This is my job. I've been doing it for 20 years in October. So, yeah. Oh, good. Okay, thank you. And I will send along the Witchinian stuff too. I'll send that along to you after the episode, I promise. Before it goes out of my head. I'm so glad it was helpful. All right. All right, not for the faint of heart, but you've seen what I can do now. Do we want to do the weekend forecast for everyone? And what deck do we want to use? Do we want to use a Starseed Oracle while it's out? Or do we want to use something different? Or do we want to do a combination? Maybe do an affirmation card from the deck we just unboxed, the Mushrooms deck? Or do we want to do something different? So I leave it up to you guys. You guys can vote. So Starseed Oracle, we just used. We also have the Roast Iconic, which is a little bit mean sometimes. We have the Work Your Lights. We have the Mushrooms, which we just unboxed. We have the Green Witches Oracle. Trying to show that. There we go. And we also have the Super Attractor, which is another affirmations deck. So pick your poison, guys. And let me know in the chat. And I'm going to have a little bit of water. Yep, sitting back has been very helpful. Not as many pins and needles, which is good. Because I was wondering, how have I been doing the live stream sometimes for 2 hours at a time, sometimes 3? And now is the time that I'm experiencing pins and needles in my legs. It's because I've been sitting forward instead of sitting back. Yeah, I know, Fran. I'm like so disappointed, guys. I'm not excited about mushrooms. Yeah, like what the hell? Can I show you guys the one that I wanted to get? Hold, please. Yeah, it's really loud upstairs. Um, Katie says, I do not recall the Green Witch, but I'm open to whatever. Yeah, so Green Witch, I actually did do an unboxing of the Green Witch's Oracle, and we did this for, I can't remember, was it in the spring? We did this as a deck of the month for Card of the Day polls. Pretty darn sure. Um, so I'm gonna have to show you guys the protection spells deck. I have to. Let's see. By the way, this is. Let's see. Do I have reduced background noise on? Yes, I do. That's with reduced background noise on and with my noise canceling headphones in. So, yeah, the Gatorade is loose. Yes. All right. So this is the deck. So it is 36 cards. So that might be the reason. I don't know. That might be the reason why I ended up getting this one possibly by mistake. But let's share screen, and I'm going to show you guys. Okay. And I'm going to hide my face. Like, look. 36 cards for magical self-defense. And I'm going to scroll it down. Okay. By Judica Isles, who is the author of numerous books devoted to spells, spirits, and witchcraft, Encyclopedia of 5,000 Spells, Encyclopedia of Spirits, as well as Pure Magic, Daily Magic, Encyclopedia of Witchcraft, Encyclopedia of Mystics, Saints and Sages, Witches, a Compendium, Magic When You Need It, editor and curator of 2 books of mystical fiction, Weiser Book of the Fantastic and Forgotten, and the Weiser Book of Occult Detectives, tarot card reader, like I wanted it. 36 cards for magical protection. So for successful spell casting. So I thought it was cool. I mean, sounded to be right up my alley, but I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to learn of the wisdom of the mushrooms. I don't know. Let's do, I guess, let's do the Green Witch's Oracle then. If Katie's not remembering what it's like, I think we should do this one. So we can forecast. That's very true, though. Maybe it might make me too powerful with that deck in my hands, possibly. Or, with the mushrooms deck, the mushrooms, like sweet wisdom, might be a little bit simpler in my hands. That's possible too. So let's go with the Green Green Witch's Oracle deck for the weekend forecast. And maybe I'll pull an affirmation card from the mushrooms. We'll see. Okay. I don't know if you guys saw that fly out of my hands, but it did. Basil for prosperity, luck, and love. Okay, I will take that. There you go. Basil. So let's find basil. There is a mushroom card in this deck, by the way. Okay. Basil for prosperity, luck, and love. Card meaning from the guidebook is basil is one of the most versatile herbs in a green witch's toolkit. Full of positive energy, it can draw good things into your life. Basil has been known to dispel fear, confusion, or any weakness, and was even used as an aromatic by ancient Greeks to attract love. In this way, basil is all about forward movements. The basil card tells you that the time is right for something you may have been hesitant about in the past. The time for planting and preparing is over. Go forth with confidence. It's an auspicious time. This is a great moment to indulge in love or take a risk. Basil has your back and luck is on your side. Have you been scared to take a leap or risk that may pay off greatly? So that is your weekend forecast for this weekend. Keep in mind that Mercury is in Gatorade, just so you know. So go forth confidently, but cautiously as well. All right. Well, that's the episode for tonight. Thank you all for watching and watching me unbox this deck that I'm like a little bit I don't know. I'll pull a card. Ooh. Okay. So from the mushrooms affirmations deck, are my actions supporting the life I'm trying to create? I feel a little bit called out. I guess this deck is right for me. All right. Little snappy guy. Tiny, tiny bit called out. Thanks so much. Okay, mushroom deck. Got a little bit of spiciness to it. So you're very welcome, Katie. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone, and to you as well. You're very, very welcome. Thank you all so, so much for watching and tuning in once again. Yeah, mushroom deck might be powerful in your hands. Like that was a spicy meatball. That was a little bit like, okay. I guess it was a mistake, but like a happy accident. I don't know. So once again, we do this every Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Replays are always going to be available on the Book of Face and the Tube of You. So please subscribe, click on notifications, click the bell, etc. And if you'd like to book a reading with me, you can do so at my website, tarotbyhilary.com. But until next week, yeah. So, are we gonna have to admit we're wrong? Like, never. We'll see. We'll see. I'll give it a little bit of a chance. I'll play around with it. I'm willing to admit I'm wrong on occasion. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. Anyway, have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week ahead of you. I will see you next time. Same that channel. Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, I'm Hilary, professional tarot reader and EFT tapping practitioner, here to demystify the mystical and put you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. You have intuition. Have a fabulous night, fabulous weekend, and I will see you again next week. Bye.